Hello. Don't mind me just readjusting the window here. Okay, great. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hang on really quickly as you join the draft queue. Oops. Not that. All right, we have our first pack. And I think in the blind, you're supposed to take Psychic Frog. Atrax is really good. Staff of the Storyteller's pretty stellar. Brain Freeze, of course. Awesome in a lot of combo decks. Sorry, I'm adjusting my microphone really quick. But Psychic Frog's the best pick in a vacuum, I think. We could follow it up with a Mana Drain. I don't see anything wrong with that. Oh, for sure. Frog is broken. Now, the question here is, do I want to take Duress or Crabomination? And I think I'm in on the Crab. I think Duress can be a little bit of a miss when you're up against this sort of aggro-y deck. And I've been really impressed with how Crab's been doing. Interesting. So, in this pack, I see Toxic Deluge, and this card's, like, broken. But Flage overall is also just a very good card. I know we're not white-red at all. In fact, we're pretty firmly blue-black. But, like, if I was in a vacuum, Flage here would be the most interesting to me. I think let's stay in our niche. Hello, everyone. See, people are flooding in here. Interesting. So, Displacer Kitten can be good in a lot of combos. Definitely not a card you should be sleeping on, but it's probably better in artifact decks than what we're doing. Emperor of Bones has thoroughly impressed me. This card is very good. Especially when you discard a Crabomination to a Psychic Frog, and then you exile it to Emperor of Bones, and then you bring it back into play. I think we're just going to do some reanimation stuff. Mind Twist is hilarious with Mana Drain. Like, rolling on the floor laughing, kind of funny. Even though I don't think the card's as good as it once was. Snuff Out. You know what? I think we have a little bit of a stew cooking here, guys. I think black's pretty open if we're getting Snuff Out this late. I mean, when you draft Psychic Frog, what color combo are you going to be in? It's like, yes, I took the best card, probably like top 50 easy cards in the cube. So I'm probably gonna stay in those colors. I picked this over a Traxa. Like, I think we're dig through timing. Sounds pretty good to me. I want to pull off the Mana Drain Mind Twist once. I do like Hazel's Brewmaster generally, but Harvester of Misery is very good in these sorts of like reanimation decks. And I've played it once in a reanimation deck and it flat out just won me a game. It's pretty solid. All right, I'll take a Tidebinder. Oh yeah, Kaito Shizuki? This doesn't combo with Emperor of Bones. Because you need to exile it post-combat. It's not quite a corpse dance, it's just similar to one. I could see a world where Mutt comes out as a discard outlet here. I guess Hedge Maze. Maybe we get a green splash, like we open Leovold or something. Fiery Islet for the same thinking. Maybe we get a red splash someday. And Anger. Days are numbered in the cube. I can only imagine. I've always seen Anger wheel. Valgavoth looks at least a little interesting. Hmm. Guys, how do you feel about Shallow Grave versus like, I don't know, Urborg's kind of interesting. Sanders Lounge. I think I'm in on Shallow Grave. Kind of hard to justify taking anything else here. Ooh, double fetches. Shadowgrange Archfiend with discard outlets. Pretty splendid. Yeah, but what are we spell seeking for? Mana Drain? Mind Twist? No, this is not good spell seeker value. I think we're gonna just take Tarn here. The reason why I didn't take Lounge is just because I did not have a fetch land that enabled it yet. But now Tarn, I mean, pretty cool to see. I hope the Shadowgrange Archfiend wheels. Like, that's what I want out of that pack, I think. Remand. Feels pretty good. Yeah, let's take Remand. Parallax Wave. People do not respect that card. It is so good. Oh, ho, ho. Sorry, I turned into a pirate. Palace Jailer. I can't support the mana. Otherwise, I would do it. Let's take Dark Slick Shores. Yo, Corpse Dance. I see Tolarian Academy. Forensic Gadgeteer. Let's just secure our corpse dance. uh, feels pretty decent. Not gonna lie. Bitter Triumph discard outlet. Cryptic Command's good too, but I don't think we have the fixing there quite yet. Just gonna sideboard that. Yeah, let's take the Bitter Triumph. Imperial Seal. Now that's interesting. Is that really the best pick? I can see it. Copter. Pretty easy copter, in fact. Back to our first pack. You know, I think I'm down to take a Urborg. I'm just thinking about dress down, sorry. We didn't wheel the Shadowgrange Archfiend. I don't think we're going to get a Tinker out for Bolas' Citadel. We could play White of the Reliquary with the Hedgemaid's Splash. But, oh no, Scalding Tarn does get it. Yeah, let's hedge on White. This is kind of a dud pack. Maybe Vengevine, I guess. Maybe we get like Survival of the Fittest. That's in the cube currently, Survival of the Fittest. That'd be pretty exciting. I get the Soul Cauldron, Jace, Concealed Courtyard. Maybe we're like White Splash. I don't know, probably not. Red, Black, Sensei's top. Probably just Sensei's top. Yeah, like, would I live in a world where Mind Twist is just brain rot or mind rot? Probably not. But actually, Unearth is really good with Psychic Frog. But we have Mana Drain, and that's kind of the whole joke here, is that we can Mind Twist Mana Drain, and Mind Twist for 2, like, bad Hymn to Torok is like, I'm not losing sleep over that. Malcolm. Is Malcolm good enough to first pick? Like, I don't think so. I mean, you say interaction piles. We have Shadowgrange, Corpse, or Shallow Grave, not Shadowgrange. Corpse Dance. Monkey? You would take Ragavan out of this pack? We're not even in red. Like, we have no red fixing at all. We do have Scalding Tarn, but sure, we could put Mountains in our deck, but it's like... I've been really low on Ragavan. Maybe even Exhume is better, but... You know what? I think I'll take the Exhume over Malcolm. Recurring Nightmare, right? It's just... Hymn to Torok isn't too bad either, actually, but I think him will wheel. It's just too restrictive for most decks to be running. Grist could even wheel. Miscalc. Fourth Year Lingus is the best card in the pack. Please let me make this clear. Fourth Year Lingus is broken, but I do not have white or red fixing, and it's pack number 3, so we're not going to get there. But Recurring Nightmare, not bad. We don't have a lot of sack fodder for it. So is Hymn to Torok just better? Oh, for sure. Agatha's Soul Cauldron Grist is hilarious. I think I'll lock in the Recurring Nightmare. Necromancy. Well, Reanimator's like very firmly open. Yeah, let's take Necromancy. I would just like one more big monster, and Triplicate Titan is that. There's Leovold that I mentioned earlier. Maybe Leovold Wheels. We get a nice little soul tie going on. I know Leovold's here, and I know Leovold's great. However, we don't have a wheel. Keep that in mind. That's very important. And we also need another card to own some people. Baragoyf is also really good. You are not wrong. But, like, I need a big monster, or else we can't kill our opponent. It feels like Triplicate Titan gets there. Discard outlets. Psychic Frog. Bitter Triumph. That it, actually? Smuggler's Copter. Yeah, it's a little rough. Torsten's also, like, a consideration. Yeah, no, I'm gonna take Triplicate Titan. DT feels pretty great. Swamp Forest Island is all three of our colors, though. And we have a fetch to go get it. I guess if we get really lucky, Mind Twist can be a discard outlet. You are right. You are right. Yeah, we're taking the Triumph here. Liliana of the Veil is decent. Stern Scolding is also very good, though. So with Stern Scolding, we have Remand. Period. We have Bitter Triumph. We have Snuff Out, too. I think we have enough creature interaction, and even then Liliana does count towards that as well. So yeah, let's take it. I like it more than Lily. Okay, this is an interesting pick, because Deep Cavern Bat, Subtlety, and Inquisition of Kozilek are all very good cards in our decks. Shelldock Isle, even, is also very good. I think the fact that we have Recurring Nightmare makes me slightly more interested in a Deep Cavern Bat than an Inquisition of Kozilek. Inquisition of Kozilek is a very good card, but I think Deep Cavern Bat's going to be better because of our Recurring Nightmare. And I like Subtlety too, but we already have a little bit of stack interaction. There's our wheel for Leovold if it comes around. We have a discard outlet for it too. We can Psychic Frog, discard Echo of Eons. Of course, we could also just be better and take the Virtue of Persistence. Like, oh, look, removal spell. Also, late game grindy, mana sink. I would never take Bob here. Yeah, let me get Dome for 6, 9, 4, and then another 4 when I cast Snuff Out. I think we're going to be a little too pricey for Bob. I've tried it before. I think I'm going to try Echo, see if we wield the Leovold. Ancient Tomb Wheeling is pretty curious. I don't really have a lot of 2 and a color cards to abuse it with, but it depends, honestly. Like, if we're late game grinding, I would rather draw a Deep Cavern Bat than draw a Inquisition of Kozilek. Like, you're just thinking about like the opening cards in your hand. Like, ooh, here's my 7, here's your 7. We're not factoring in the games where we're both top deck mode. Talisman to Crab, you get to emerge from Artifact. I think Reanimating is a better way of going about that, but you could be right. I think you might be cooking. I am tempted to take Beseiju. It'd be pretty sweet. But I think Nurturing Peatland, just drawing a card, is better. I don't think Leovold wheeled. Let's say Carnage Interpreter. That card's generally pretty good. I'm not a big Dork fan. Actually, maybe our first Dork is good with Recurring Nightmare. It's not like we have a lot of 3-drops to accelerate into, though, but I think with Recurring Nightmare, the first Dork is right. Nether Goyf's a gift. That's really lucky. Eureka. Is this a Eureka deck? No way. I mean, it's the best card in the pack, but Generous Gift is... That's awesome. I love Generous Ent. It's no Troll of Khazad-dûm, but it's certainly not bad. Interesting. We have quite a pile here. I don't know if I'm entirely in on Ancient Tomb. It probably won't be that bad. I think we cut the Elvish Mystic in the end because we got Nethergoyf in the next pack. No, I wouldn't run Mutt. Looking at our discard outlets, it's Bitter Triumph, Smuggler's Copter, Psychic Frog. Ooh, maybe it makes it. Liliana, Kaito. Yeah, no, it doesn't, because this also discards itself. It's not worthwhile. Generous Ent discards itself, like, we'll be fine. I think Mind Twist doesn't get there, sadly. Do we want to cut green? Like, I feel like White of the Reliquary isn't going to get there. So we probably shouldn't run Hedge Maze. Probably shouldn't run Nurturing... Nurturing Peatland can stay. And so can Zagoth Triumph, because Zagoth Triumph's our Forest Cycler. It's probably good to actually have a second Forest Cycler and a Surveil land for Scalding Tarn. I am willing to hear otherwise about that. Toxic Deluge can be a sideboard card. You can't do that. Imp Seal is a sorcery. If this was Vampiric Tutor, I would be putting it in. Eureka for Vengevine, Eureka and White. No. I'm not going to put Eureka in. I think Eureka will be good if we run into an unfair deck. And we just need to out unfair them. I could see Unearth being the cut. We have a couple shuffles for Sensei's top. But Sensei's top might be gone. What are these cards? They're Match the Gathering cards. We're getting down to the rough cut here. We just cut the worst reanimation spell. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but like, we have so many. Like, we could just cut Corpse Dance. I mean, maybe even Corpse Dance isn't the worst one. But Maybe we just cut 40 is the size of a cube deck. Let's bring in our lands. Combine groups. This is a 0 mana spell. So interesting. Let's just see what basic lands it adds. Probably more. Let's see the numbers here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 black. $11 black. Probably want one more blue. Like, I know we're a majority black, but like double blue mana drain, double blue dig. Feels like we at least want one more island to 8. That would just feel so low. And Toxic Deluge is a great sideboard card. It's interesting. I don't know if we're going to get much better than this. Maybe Remand can go. So good, though. I'm just going to jam it. Let's play. Let's play some games. This is kind of 18 lands. I could cut an island for Generous, or Generous Ent for an island. Cut an island because we have Generous Ent. What would I put in, though? Just Corpse Dance? You know what? I think I like that more. Generous Ent is our 17th land. Let's go. Too late. Cut a land. I would love to play first. You look rewarded. Keep. This. Oh, wait. No, this would have been an island. This Corpse Dance right here. Let's keep that in mind. We are going to mute Magic Online because that got unmuted somehow. I'm going to give my opponent the GLHF. You get probed me. Now you can Pithing Needle me, so I'm going to turn off my auto yields. Ooh, Strip Mine. That's good. Yeah, we need to get Zagoth. Cube. Yes. All right, now do I wish that this Corpse Dance was an island instead? A little. A little. Oh, we're locked. Not quite yet, but that's pretty rough. Yeah, no. That's rough. Crucible of Worlds replaying Strip Mine every turn. Well, we know what access we need to fight on now. The answer is let's have another island in. I don't think we're gonna go fast enough for Eureka or anything. Maybe Imperial Seal. It's not impossible. Oh, if we just stick a Planeswalker, no joke, we're set. Tashana's Tidebinder is also incredible, especially with Ancient Tomb. This hand cooks. I know we're shutting off him to Torok here, but I don't keep a remand. Once upon a time. Island. Island Pass is incredible for us. Okay, tell you what, we'll play Swamp. The only bad play for us right now is Strip Mine. This at least opens up the possibility of him to Torok on opponents, or on our next turn if we draw a Swamp. Mana Drain from opponent. Just passing it along. Sure thing. That's good with me. Triplicate Titan is a gift. That's pretty stellar. We can play the counter game here. Oh no, no, no. That's not good in any world, but we have to let it resolve. We're gonna remand his Ancestral Recall. He gets Ancestral again. Opponent's deck is pretty stacked. Hey, their Spellbomb's fine. Get the Copter rolling. We're gonna live in the world soon where he has counter magic up. Or my counter magic. Like, opponent's just sculpting over there. Tireless Tracker. I'll try to remand this, and if I get Mana Drain, then that's fine. Okay, Liliana, we can't cast that. Let's bring out the Tidebinder. I want to see if my opponent's going to fight over this. Because now we can crew our Copter. Yes, I would love to draw a card. Yes, okay, great. Swamp is awesome. We're never hard casting Triplicate Titan. So let's just slam that. And just hit you with the him. And now you're going to mana drain this. All right. I'm not upset with that exchange. That feels pretty good. Of course, our opponent Ancestral recalled and stuff. Like, there's probably gas over here, like Jace. I don't know if that's the worst thing ever, especially since we just have Destroy Target Planeswalker. Like, if he just 4-mana Brainstorms here, I'm not mad. You know what I mean? Especially since this Dig Through time's probably going to catch the counter. Yeah, 4-mana Brainstorm is not a big deal. Just making sure, everyone, the chat is working, right? Can somebody go ahead and send me a test message? I want to make sure that the, like, stream chat is working fine. Tireless Tracker, welcome back to the board, bud. Yep, we're good. All right, let's see if we get countered here. I think we have enough mana, right? 1, 2, 3 plus... hang on, I don't want to exile my Triplicate Titan, though. Yeah, that's a little rough. Oh, well. Let's just try to go to combat first. And see how this goes. Like, of course, we're probably going to get Aether Spell bombed, but... that's fine. While shields are down. Hmm. Let's just redevelop Copter. I mean, this game is, like, going relatively... it's going relatively well, despite our opponent having Ancestral recalled us. Like, our opponent mana drained, Ancestral recalled, like, ran the gambit over us, so to speak. So... I hope my opponent just tucks my Smuggler's Copter. It's non-land permanent, right? Yeah. Okay, that's nothing. Blessing to Fairy can be a sign of weakness. Didn't attack with Tireless Tracker. Now that's curious. Okay, there's mana drain. That makes this turn a hell of a lot more interesting. That feels pretty good. Let's crew. Yes, I would like to draw and discard. Yeah, let's axe Deep Cavern Bat here, probably. Maybe it's Lily. Probably Lily, actually. Build Tireless Tracker. Now, do we hold up Mana Drain? Or do we Reoccurring Nightmare now? And I think the answer is we can wait a turn. I don't know. I don't think he actually has anything. He has 2 clues to prove me wrong. Let's just put this on the stack. We have other reanimation spells. If this eats a counter, it's fine. Daze, that's okay. Okay, when Teferi +1's here, it's just like, he's going to be at 3 loyalty. And it'll all be fine. Especially if opponent lets me untap and we just get to Mana Drain. But also we have Deep Cavern Bat to crew Smuggler's Copter as well. So as long as a flyer doesn't come down, that doesn't matter, does it? I don't think so. Probably should have just tried to take me off black, honestly. Ooh, Retrofitter Foundry does matter a lot. Especially with Gut. Oh, Clamp. Oh my gosh. Well, luckily we didn't hold up Mana Drain because there's like 4 different spells he played this turn that I would have wanted to counter, so I'm glad we just nipped that one in the bud. Draft, we are currently 0-1, maybe about to go 0-2. But we'll see about that. Let's Deep Cavern Bat. I guess I'll take Memory Jar. And I guess I'll crew 1 here. Attack Teferi, attack you. This is going to make a 1-1 and kill Tashana's Tidebinder. That's fine, though. I would love to use this ability and draw a reanimation spell, please. You know what? Honestly, not the worst draw. Honestly, cooks a small amount. Do I want a 5-5, though? Probably not. I'm just doing 6 damage to him a turn. I don't want him to Memory Jar out of this. Like, yeah, you're going to Sclamp, draw 2 cards, but it's okay. You're allowed to do that. Keeping in mind, this is a game where my opponent Ancestral recalled me, so all things considered, this could be going way worse. There's a Crucible of Worlds over there, like, I could start getting strip mined out here, but that doesn't kill me. What is this? Bentad Prism. Tinker. Nope. 4 blue for Urza. Okay, that's something. Tap and equip Skull Clamp makes sense. If I just mill my opponent out, that's going to be hilarious, but I think we're well and truly dead before then. Okay, Psychic Frog is not nothing. Let's get into combat. Yes, use this ability. What's more worthless? Probably Zagoth Triumph. Lets me redraw right away, though. Frog, weird to discard, but... Oh, you know what? It's better just to tap black, because this... Draw card. Okay. Runner, 3 lands. The heart of the cards is not with us. Crucible, yeah. We're not going to get, like, turbo strip mined out of the game quite yet. Like, that's not the axis we're fighting on right now. Right now, the board matters just a teensy bit more. There we go. Opponent's trying to use Retrofitter to actually, like, kill me instead of Skull Clamp. Well, this forces a block from Tishana's Tidebinder. I want everyone to keep in mind that Recurring Nightmare is like one of 4 reanimation spells we have in our deck. Exactly. And this is the worst one to draw. I mean, he brings back Gut, but... Do we want to crew the Copter? We might as well. Maybe we get Necromancy instead. Okay, are we just making a Copter to block with? Yep. Looks like it. Okay, we did draw Necromancy instead. Okay. So we do have a play here. We can Necromancy Triplicate Titan. Or even better, we can Exhume Harvester of Misery. Is there any creature I'm missing over here? Tireless Tracker. No, that also just dies, though. It's a 3-2. Okay. Let's exhume. Give me Harvester of Misery. I know it's going to kill my Smuggler's Copter, but I think we're just at that point in the game. I don't really do much Rule Zero conversations. Like, a lot of people in my local game store just kind of know what's up if we're playing Commander. Okay, and then we go black 1/2, Necromancy back. Triplicate Titan. Your turn. I'm sure my opponent has a bounce spell or something or other, but you know, we at least got to see our reanimation spells in the end. Shadow Spear. That doesn't quite do it. You need more more action than that to kill me here. Group 2, yep. I'm fine with land destruction. I don't really mind. Let's see here. Okay, opponent's popping up with Retrofitter Foundry as you do. Still doesn't quite get it big enough to like actually win a trade here though. I mean, of course, there could be a removal spell coming in, but if it, barring like some play here, it's like this gets rid of the construct. And we have more reanimation spells that we can draw into. This game's getting grindy. My blocks are declared. I have nothing else to do this turn. I will create 3 golems, please. Opponent has 9 cards in deck. Okay, there's Shallow Grave, and look who's on top. If not Mr. Triplicate Titan himself. Go. That's a fun attack. Sucks I have no way to sacrifice this. Like, it's just gonna get exiled, but here we go. Blammo. Oop. We have a blue mana tapped. 2 blue mana tapped. 3. Okay. Retrofitter. I figured. Yeah, and then sack the servo here to make a Thopter. Makes sense to me. It's weird to see Urza go. Yeah, exile triplicate Titan. You've served us well, good sir. If we win this game, I'm gonna be the happiest guy on earth, man. This was an exciting game if we win. Get probe. Whole lot of nothing. Living through an ancestral recall, mana drain. Gut. Please give it to me. I want to win so bad. I think my opponent misplayed slightly going in on Skull Clamp instead of just like retrofittering me out of the game. I feel like retrofitter really didn't serve my opponent well this game, as in like probably should have been making constructs instead of clamping them. So I don't know what's in my opponent's deck, of course. You can only ever speculate. It was slightly funny that our reanimation spells were like back to back on the bottom of our deck. We drew Exhume, Necromancy, Shallow Grave a million turns after our Recurring Nightmare. Oop, a little bit of a relaunch there. Hopefully our opponent isn't like having some connection issues. I want to finish this game. Okay, good. We see some tapping going on. Yep, make a 4-4. Does 4-4 let you beat this? I guess you didn't tap enough. How much mana is it? So it's 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, tap. Pineapple's the only thing I have on pizza. Opponent's popping off with the Retrofitter Foundry. The thing is our boards are just going to trade down. He needs to equip Shadow Spear, honestly. Equipping Shadow Spear onto one of his creatures is like optimal. Nope, makes another servo. That is 7 power, but I have a Vigilance token creature. And opponent's out of mana to equip or do anything. Any removal spell here, I'm pretty sure we just win. Did we draw all of our removal already? Emperor of Bones, that seems very good. That seems brokenly overpowered good. Like we just won the game because of that draw. We're gonna get his gut. Yep. I'm not gonna say anything in chat. Like, but that game was incredible. We beat Ancestral Recall, Mana Drain, like Retrofitter Foundry, grindy late game. That's one for the books. That was really good. I want Toxic Deluge and Corpse Dance. I've decided. Did it? Oh, Shishana's Tidebinder is actually very good against what our opponent's doing here. Dig Through Time was a little clunky. It did like win us that game though, if you think about it. Bitter Triumph, Deep Cover and Bat. Emperor of Bones won us the game too, in a way. On Earth. Probably just on Earth. Maybe Nethergoyf. Though Nethergoyf is really good in the grindy sort of areas, and also the escape helps us set up Corpse Dance and Shallow Grave. I think it'd be good. Kaito's very good in grind. Maybe it's Snuff Out, but I do want to Snuff Out Gut if Gut hits the field. Maybe it's just Remand, just too cheap and efficient. Or our opponent's threats are just too cheap and efficient to really counteract. I think this feels good. Maybe we Mind Twist him. I don't know. We did see a Memory Jar. All right, I'm not going to think too hard about it. We'll just run this back. All right, let's try to win the actual like match. Oh, I want to keep this hand so bad. But we got to ship it. I just can't. There's no game with that hand. Okay, this hand's way better. And we're on the draw, so it won't be that big of a deal. Okay, hopefully we don't just get like Mana Vault, like destroyed turn 1. Okay, that's not representing Ancestral Recall. And Scalding Tarn's pretty immune to Wasteland, at least for this turn. Or, not Wasteland. Okay, are we just gonna see Gut? That's fine, honestly. Gut dies to Harvester. There's no difference between getting... No, there is a difference. I need to get double black in case I draw him. Exhume. Okay, we just pass. And we'll just kill Gut on beginning of combat step. See if my opponent misplays by casting something first main. Okay, there's Strip Mine. And now we exhume Harvester of Misery back into play on our next turn. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good if our opponent doesn't have a play here. Doesn't even have blue mana. Oh yeah, we're about to own here. Exhume. You bring back your 2/2, I'll bring back my Harvester of Misery that kills your 2/2. Ooh, that's pretty dirty. And then once, if our opponent just like doesn't have a good turn here, Island Mana Drain is like the hooks are in. Looks like our opponent's doing a little something. Nope. Not at all. All right. Hooks are in. Opponent's on a 4-turn clock here. Keep in mind there is a Daze kicking around, but we have the 1 mana to pay for it with the Swamp. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just keep swinging it at my opponent. I don't need to develop Recurring Nightmare. I don't need to play Necromancy. Like, Othari? What's happening here to Fairy? Okay, I'm countering that. And I'm going to get 5 million mana. Sadly, we're a little gated on black mana here, but that's fine. I'm just going to Necromancy Gut. I'm actually going to sacrifice Necromancy to Gut. You may sacrifice a creature or artifact. So no, you can't sacrifice Necromancy. I thought it was a non-land permanent for some reason. So we'll kill next turn with Emperor of Bones as a sacrifice. Oh, give me this win. I deserve it. First Lightning. Sure. That's not going to save you. The opponent has days, but I just have the mana to pay for it. GG's. I hope. Yep, opponent concedes because knows I'm going to kill it with Gut. Let's go! That's such a good win! That was crazy. What a game. Opponent chooses to play first. Horrible. This is a turn 3 Generous Ant. Yeah, I don't mind it. Yikes, I do not want to see like a turn 1 Ocelot Pride or something. Okay, Tropical Island. Birds. Intriguing. We'll just Goif. Dark Depths. Yikes. I don't think we have any play against Merit Lage. Oh, Lightning Greaves! About to get smacked by a hasty Merit Lage. Yeah, let's just hedge maze, actually. We already have so much reanimation. We don't need more. Let's just attack. We can do that on his end step. I know we're missing out on 1 damage here, but maybe just threatening this makes him not make Merit Lage on turn 2 with Thespian Stage, and then we don't get hasty Merit Lage and die. Oh, I was not thinking about Urborg. That is my bad. Though, to be fair, I don't think I'm Scalding Tarn for an untapped land. Tireless Tracker, Tough Cookie. Okay. I think I'll board out Urborg. Sylvan Library, sure. Is land. Thespian Stage is in the cube, yes. Like, I would rather have Triplicate Titan in play, I just don't have the discard outlet. Kinda just gotta do what's good. And what's good is Generous Ent. I should have attacked first. That is my bad. That was really sloppy. Sucks. I just played like a really tight game and now I'm now I'm spewing a point of damage. My bad. Five mana. Do we have another Teferi gamer? Pest infestation. Yuck. That is pretty brutal. Titana's Tidebinder actually owns here. Actually owns really hard. I think we'll just trade this for a pest. Because I'm only going to be blocking one pest anyway. Opponent paid life to keep it on top? Or to draw them? Opponent's going ham. Yeah, but opponent here can't Thespian stage us because we have Tishana's Tidebinder. There's also that one cultist. Knight of the Reliquary. Oh, it's about to be a wipe. That's gonna be gnarly. Opponent sniffs something out here. Like, opponent knows something's up. Opponent knows. Does he know? I don't know why. If opponent's going for this now, I don't know why opponent didn't go for it on their turn. Because Lightning Greaves just makes Merit Lage hasty anyway. I mean, unless we're just getting a strip mined or something. No, there's the stage. Tap, tap, make Merit Lage. Like, you could have just done this on your turn if you're going for it now. Unless you just wanted to waste my mana, I guess. That's fair. Opponent's pests are gonna run out eventually. Maybe we don't reduce the number of draws in our deck. Okay, that's pretty stellar. Emperor of Bones is a very good draw. I'll exile Tireless Tracker, probably. Doesn't actually, I'm going to get Tough Cookie. I have the green to actually activate it. And those 4/4s are brutal. And I can't attack with Nether Goyf anymore. Is it going to get Strip Mine or something? Wasteland would do it. Okay, that's not going to do it. Yeah, there's nothing that scary about Shifting Woodland here. Oh no, Shifting Woodland can do Dark Depths combo as well. Is there any way out of this? Yes, I have Corpse Dance. But I'm trying to think if there's like actually a line that gets me out of this. Oh, you know what? Opponent doesn't even get to put this in the graveyard when Tishana's Tidebinder counters this. I was thinking that no matter what happens here, this is going to go into the graveyard. But Dark Depths won't go into the graveyard, but it will when you sacrifice it to Knight of the Reliquary. Yeah, no. Opponent needs to see that line, though. I'm just going to make him have it, or make him do it, rather. Shifting Woodland is gnarly tech, though. That owns us pretty hard. Opponent needs to see the line, though. So, by the combo I'm talking about, Dark Depths makes Merit Lage. Oh, if an artifact creature or planeswalker, it doesn't counter lands. I see. Yeah, that owns me. Yeah, but the reason why I can't counter that play anymore because of Shifting Woodland is because when you copy that land from your graveyard using Shifting Woodland, what happens is you'll have a Dark Depths with no ice counters on it. And then you just lose anyway. What to do about this opponent? Because I don't think I have an angle to interact with lands outside of like Tishana's Tidebinder. I'd just try to Mind Twist him. Put a permanent. Yeah, it's pretty rough. I'll run Mind Twist, I guess. I suppose we keep it. Him to Torok is like gonna be really good. We just need to go like Swamp. Ugh, don't turn one birds me again. Ugh. Nightmare. We could budget him to Torok our opponent next turn with Mind Twist. I meant to sideboard out Urborg. Fast Bond? Am I just gonna get Merit Lage now? Okay. Hopefully that's it. Hopefully it's just bad Explore. Pass. End turn. Okay, we're good. We're good, we're good. Yo, Psychic Frog? Psychic Frog or him to Torok opponent? Psychic Frog will also turn on like any sort of big monster we draw. Yeah, let's do it. Frog. And then, okay, great. We're going to get countered no matter what we did here. Okay, there's Sylvan Library. There's Uro. Luckily, we're far away from that being an issue, I think. Get her second black. Didn't play around days, but hopefully that doesn't bite us. Okay, we're good. Can actually do some damage now. I have a great idea. Let's Mind Twist our opponent and feed Uro. Doesn't that sound great? I could also see getting Tishana's Tidebinder to counter Sylvan here, but opponent just nuked themselves. One white. Knight of the Reliquary. Oh, I don't have the boots. Oh, good heavens. Okay, we have the Tishana's Tidebinder, but that's our only game. And even then, we're going to have to find a way to answer the Knight of the Reliquary, or else they find... Well, they'll only have 2 mana. You know what? No, this isn't hopeless. Far from it, in fact. There's the crab. We can do that on end step. I have a feeling they're going to go for Dark Depths here. And I'd much rather be ready to counter that than just go for a silly play. Of course, if Sylvan Library here draws heat, there's like nothing I can do besides just go for a Hail Mary Crab, I guess, but... Opponent would need 2 more lands and didn't do that. Field of the Dead doesn't matter. Okay, we have I see a narrow way through. And it's going to involve countering the Merit Lage trigger. Okay, here comes the Thespian stage Dark Depths. I hope, anyway. Whoa, tapping Thespian stage for mana. Ah, Sowing Myco Spawn. That's pretty good. But if opponent's not going to go for Dark Depths this turn, then I get to go for Crabomination. Let me just make sure I'm not throwing here. If Knight of the Reliquary Crop rotates, does this put it on the battlefield? It puts it directly on the battlefield. So you could crop rotate. And then make Merit... No, you can't make Merit Lage because Thespian Sage is tapped. Okay, great. Let's Corpse Dance this thing. Might as well cast it with Buyback. Because, like, okay, cycling happens. Thespian Stage is tapped. Can't possibly create Merit Lage this turn. Unless you sacrifice Dark Depths and somehow generate 4 mana over the top of Corpse Dance. Or untap Thespian Stage. Or Bazooka Bog me. If you just... I don't think Bazooka Bog is in the cube, is it? It isn't. Okay, great. There's an island. Okay, I'm getting counterspelled is what's happening. Press down. That's interesting. I'll still have a 6/5. Or 5/5, rather. He has 1/3/3. If I attack with Generous Ent, he's only taking 7. I still think it's right just to bring this back. Yeah, and it will have haste. This would have been lethal if I had the foresight to discard more cards to Psychic Frog. Exile Generous Ent, okay. Do I want Crabomination to get exiled? Okay, next turn, tries to make Merit Lage. Fails. Still has 4 mana left. 5 mana left. And then I lose. Yeah, it's pretty rough. I couldn't have discarded enough cards to Psychic Frog anyway. Hex Drinker's fine. Is my opponent just going for Hex Drinker beatdown? Because I'll wait for you to put more mana into that thing and then dress it down. Or not dress down, you know what I mean. Tishana's Tidebinder it. Okay, opponent has tapped out of all the mana that's relevant to me. Okay. Has no ice counters. This is where I went wrong last game. Huh? Is that right? Am I going mad? I mean, I'll block here. That's not going to do it. Is that right? Can you not stifle that? Did I just like click through my Tishana's Tidebinder by accident? I think that might have been a me problem. I don't think I think I accidentally just like passed through Tishana's Tidebinder. Yeah, I think what happened is I clicked OK instead of clicking on the stack. I feel so stupid. That is a huge issue on my part. This hand does nothing. This hand does something. Anyway, I definitely probably just messed that up. I think I'm supposed to click on the Dark Depth trigger. I'll have to look at the VOD to see if I did that or not. I think what happened is I put the trigger on the stack and I just didn't pick any targets for it. I was just under the impression that I would auto-select. But silly me. Let's just get our Psychic Frog going. And we have a turn 3 Triplicate Titan, as well as backup on Earth if our Psychic Frog gets dealt with. That doesn't seem right. Okay, deal 3 damage. Okay, just running that as like Mind Twist, I guess. Ah, quaint. I don't know if using that lightning bolt like that was very good, but I've Triplicate Titan in play, so world could only be so bad, right? Sorcery. There is no creature in a graveyard yet. I think I'm gonna jump the frog. There's Shallow Grave. Well, look who's happily blocking with Triplicate Titan next turn. Gonna be this guy. All right, swing that Triplicate Titan bait, or the Barrow Wife, please. Okay, opponent scooped. That's fair. All right, just give me another game like that. I'm tired of thinking. I don't even know what I want to bring in. Probably just nothing. Just run it back. Seems good enough to me. We didn't really get to see much of the deck from opponent. Seems pretty good to me. Let's see what opponent plays here, because we have a Snuff Out. We have a Swamp we can fetch. Everything is good. Maybe it's right to surveil there, but I think... Oh no, black doesn't matter. We should have surveilled there. Boss? Let's just jam our Deep Cavern Bat. And maybe it gets bolted. Maybe not. Tell me what you got. Death Greeters Champion, Barrogoyf, Broadside Bombardiers. Let's take Bombardiers. Or we could take Barrogoyf, because we can't snuff it out. Bombardiers doesn't have anything to throw right now. And we can always snuff out Bombardiers. It's good to know that that's there, though. Wasteland. Okay, we have 2 swamps in play, so snuff out's always on, even if we get wasted. We are off of blue, though. You do not want to be drawing blue cards after you get knocked off of blue, that's for sure. So that being said, I think it's just time to scam our Emperor of Bones. And exile that Wasteland to make sure it never comes back. We can actually combat trick this because it's only going to be a 3-2 with double strike, so Emperor of Bones will actually trade here. Or actually, last card in hand is Broadside Bombardiers. Let's just snuff this out. It's going to do so much damage. Like, I know he has a really good card, but... Wait, hang on. We need to move combat first. Begin combat. That. Okay. And then we go... It didn't let me... Ugh. It didn't put a stop. That's so sad. Whatever. That's heartbreaking. I think I can do it, but I'm going to miss out on 4 damage. Whatever. I just wanted to cycle Entomb, guys. I didn't want to do anything else. Don't mind me, I'm just cycling Entomb. Or Unearth. Broadside Bombardiers, don't have a 1-drop and punish me, please. Okay, we're good. There's nothing for you to boast. Sacrifice the beginning of the next end step. Tap 2, don't lightning bolt me. Put that on Emperor Bones. Oh, it doesn't have double strike. I should have done that on my turn. Okay. We're learning. That was very sloppy. Okay. Waiting for Broadside Bombardiers to throw something huge at me because I misplayed. Sacrifice another creature artifact. That is a creature artifact. I'm gonna get shocked. This will do 6 damage. But didn't attack with Broadside. We'll get our first blue Arcuded cycle. Let's just attack first. Yeah, let's just go Island Pass. Orcish Bowmaster. I'm gonna replay Barrow-Goyf. There. Well, there's Psychic Frog. We get Triplicate Titan back. I don't think I'm dead to broadside of that. Let's move to combat first, actually, and then we Ooh, actually, no. Psychic Frog's the perfect draw. We go Psychic Frog. Move to combat. Exile. Oh, wait, no. My opponent's just dead. Right? No. Yeah, I missed lethal here. Because I should have exhumed my Triplicate Titan and thrown 11 damage at my opponent. Oh, wait, no, I can't, because this deck's so hard. I'm thinking too hard. Let's just attack with Emperor Bones. And then exhume a Triplicate Titan, then my opponent concedes. That sounds good. Okay, that was a misplay for my opponent. Death Touch, Lifelink. Can I get rid of everything in my graveyard? I don't think so. Whatever, we'll just trade. Says discard a card, Triplicate Titan. Black, black, exhume. Oop. Okay. So yeah, I could have just killed my opponent there by exhuming. Oh, no, but you couldn't. Okay. No, so the thing I'm getting caught up on is Emperor of Bones already had +1/+1 counters on it, so you can't adapt Emperor of Bones. That's what was confusing me. I was like, there's something I'm missing here. And I was. Gosh, dig through time and mana drain look really embarrassing right now. Yeah, you know. Late night magic. That first game took it all out of me. Let's just spin it on that, eh? We're gonna win the game right here soon anyway, so. In the end, this was actually the best line, and I didn't misplay. Because the other play I was thinking of that could have been lethal and could have been better wasn't even a legal play. So I'm happy I made this play. Because the other play just wasn't possible. Intriguing. I don't know why 1 damage on Triplicate Titan matters. Oh, true. Yeah, no, I could have avoided Goyf coming back. But at the end of the day, it also won't matter because he's only going to gain 4 life off of Goyf. Oh, I see. We did this to maybe bamboozle me. So before damage, yeah, okay. Yeah, so at the end of the day, that didn't matter either, just because I had Frog in play. But yeah, you are right that Exhumed should have been pre-combat at the very least. No. Exhumed should have been not been pre-combat because I didn't want him to get Broadside Bombardiers back, and I had to move to combat to get Broadside Bombardiers out of the graveyard with my Emperor of Bones. That was not a misplay. That was intentional. I would rather him have a Barrow Goyf than a Broadside Bombardiers. Let me see something here. We could go for one more if everyone wanted. You're right, but I got no. You're that's slightly more correct. A better lens of viewing it. I can see what you mean now. Look, either way, we won. So, do we run it back? Or are we good for one extra long cube session? Because that first game took a while. It was pretty slick. Yeah, if enough people with Moto can get into the Discord, for sure I want to get some team drafts going there. Like, no doubt. Speaking of which, I might as well. Sorry, wrong Discord, lol. Put up the screen hider. There we go. That's the proper Discord. Yeah, if you have Moto and you want to join the Discord and we can draft together. Very exciting stuff. So yeah, I guess we'll call it tonight then. Thanks for stopping by. It's a lot of fun. Trying to think if I have anything tonight. I think the answer is no. So tomorrow, or not tomorrow, it is Thursday. This Thursday night, we'll run it back and do the same thing, I think. So see you then. Bye-bye. Thanks for stopping by.